So, in this section, I'm gonna teach you how to test all types of SMT capacitors using the multimeter. But first, let's answer some questions. What is SMT capacitor? What are the types of SMT capacitors? What are the different symbols of SMT capacitors? How to calculate SMT capacitor codes? So let's see the definition of SMT capacitor. The capacitor is a component that is used to store electrical energy. It consists of two electrical conductors that are separated from each other by insulation material. The space between the capacitor conductors is filled by an insulating material known as a dielectric. The ability of the capacitor to store energy is known as capacitance. So as you can see here, this is basically the capacitor component. Here, as you can see, we have two electrodes. This is a metal electrodes, this black part and the red part, okay? And here we have a dielectric material or insulation material here, okay? And here, of course, this electron means energy because the capacitor has the ability to store energy, okay? So now let's see the characteristics of capacitor. So the capacitor has two nominal values, the working voltage V and the capacitance C. The capacitance value is measured in farad, F, and is marked onto the body of the capacitor. The capacitance is a ratio of the amount of electric charge stored on capacitor conductors. The capacitor has the ability to store electrical charge even when there is no circuit current flowing. So as you can see here, this is the capacitor here. This is an electrolytic capacitor, and here we have a tantalum capacitor. Basically, these two kinds of capacitors are polarized capacitors. So here, as you can see, over any capacitor you will find some numbers and letters. So for this kind of capacitor, as you can see, we have here 100. So the 100 means 100 microfarad. Okay, this is the capacitance and this is the voltage. So 50 means 50 volts. Okay, and here this is the date code. Okay, the date code. And for this capacitor, the tantalum capacitor, the same working principle. We have here 107, the capacitance, and we have here 16 volts. This is the voltage, okay? So the standard units of capacitance are basically three main standard units: the microfarad, the nanofarad, and the picofarad, okay? So 1 farad equal to 10 power 6 microfarads, and 1 farad equal to 10 power 9 nanofarads, and 1 farad equal to 10 power 12 picofarads. So right now, let's see the types of capacitors. So basically, there is three types of capacitors. So the SMT capacitors are categorized into different types based on the dielectric material used: electrolytic capacitors, tantalum capacitors, and multi-layer ceramic capacitors.